put your hands together, my parents of the bride, John and Mary Davenport. Next, put your hands together, parents of the groom, Marty and Jody Conti. Johnson. Next, let's hear about Flower Bell Ring Bearer, Anna Green and Jack Green. Next, let's hear about Junior Bridesmaids, Kate and Claire Davenport. And now, let's get real life at Old Bridal Party. Let's hear it for Leah Cole and Eric Bless. Next, let's hear it for Kelsey Pickett and Jacob Hoskins. We're going to get real loud. I would like to officially introduce you for the first time partying in public as husband and wife. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. Keep them on the dance floor, so we can witness their first dance as husband and wife. For me, darling, just dive right in, follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me, 'cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time, darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're when you said you looked a mess. I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it, darling. You look perfect tonight. Well, I found a woman strong. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the beautiful bride and groom.
Thank you. to our proud father of the bride, Mr. John Davenport.
I used to be able to remember all this stuff, but now I have to read it, I'm afraid. I've got the pleasure of toasting this happy couple. But just a few thank yous and comments before I talk a bit about Rebecca. A lot about Rebecca. No, firstly, I'd like to thank everybody for coming, particularly out-of-towners who have travelled as far away, I believe, as Seattle. So please, everybody enjoy themselves this evening. That's just the US. I'm very grateful that Lorna, who's Rebecca's aunt, was able to travel all the way from the UK. Where is she? And I'm especially grateful because we only have a small direct family. I'd also like to thank Jodie and Marty for the excellent wedding rehearsal dinner last evening. It was superb. The food and service was excellent. Thank you very much. Thanks to Marie for being such a supportive godmother. Thanks, Marie. Thank you. Not least, I want to thank my wife Mary, who has worked tirelessly to make this wedding happen. And happily spending my money in the process. Unfortunately, my brother, who has an absolute fear of flying, was not able to make the trip. He's also in recovery from cancer. However, he and his wife Bobby send their love and best wishes to you and Zach. Pay attention to that. Your two brothers are here, and I asked them if they had any recollections to share. Richard just wanted you to remember a particular trip to Disney World. Remember the rock and roller coaster? Nobody could get you on it, particularly me. In the end, Richard dragged you on it with him. I was dreading what you would be like when you got off. But as soon as it was finished, you were begging to go again. That's Rebecca.
Rebecca, we're doing that in August again.
No. Christopher has a long list, most of which is repeatable. Here goes with a few. I've got to find them. These are his words, not mine, so I take no responsibility for it. Quote, I'm sure you will mention something about Rebecca growing up over the years. Maybe throw in something about how anyone who knew Rebecca and me as kids knows that we weren't exactly the closest of friends, to the point where I thought her and I would never be close. Fast forward to now and nothing's changed. No, kidding. Rebecca and I have got tremendously close over the years, in spite of the white rodent she calls Lola. Again, kidding. These are not my words. Rebecca will finally have what she's always wanted, a middle name. As in middle name of Davenport. Teachers used to either question her ability to remember her middle name, what do you mean you don't have one? Or Rebecca would simply make it up. Barbie was preferred choice. Also, I'm sure this is something Zach will appreciate. Y'all, I use that word loosely, we're going to name Rebecca Ruth, which is true. That was my idea, by the way. If Zach was going around telling people he was marrying a Ruth, people would say, well, you're marrying an old lady? So if anybody's called Ruth in the room, I apologise. Rebecca always wanted a dog. Instead, she got a Maltese. That's your brother for you. Jenny has her own words of wisdom in a few minutes, so let us say that. Finally, I know Rebecca's grandparents would have loved to have been here. Unfortunately, your grandfather passed away a short while ago. But I was lucky enough to talk to him in hospital when we visited a few weeks ago in England. I asked him if he had any recollections of Rebecca that I could mention today. He thought for a while, And he was 93, remember. And he said, oh, I remember. He said, he remembered the college trip back from ASU, which Rebecca ended up in Roanoke when he took a wrong turn. But I had to remind him that was your sister. Which is a true story, by the way. So we thought some more. And remember, he was not well, but he had a very great memory. But he did remember when he used to come to the States, when Rebecca was very small, she always used to sit on his lap while he read to her. Fond memories. Your grandmother sends her love and best wishes. So, let me talk a little bit about Rebecca. I think her first word was not mom or dad, it was puppy. That's my story and I'm sticking with it. More of that in a minute. She was very shy as a child. When she first started school, most parents just saw their child get on the bus. Your mother had to actually get on the bus before you could tell her. I remember on a visit to Disney when she was very young, she was terrified of all the Disney characters and hid behind her big sister whenever they were around. Poor Minnie. Did I say she loved animals? She walked almost all the dogs in the neighbourhood and babysat not only small children, but many cats and dogs over the years. More of that in a minute. At high school, well, she excelled at colour guard. But in the junior year, her grades were suffering a bit, and we got a little concerned. So what could we do about this to encourage her to improve? Did I say she liked dogs? So after much thought, I said if she improved her grades, got into college, any college, and took a summer job, I would consider a dog after the first year of college. I was hopeful but not too optimistic. I thought we were safe from a dog. Well, she did all three. And much to the horror of Mary, Lola arrived on the scene. Rebecca has changed her minor and career a few times. But having attended 3 different schools, she graduated last year at UNCC and is now at Winthrop University, where she's studying for a master's in school counselling and getting straight A's. Incredible. All this time, she has worked several jobs to support herself. A dentist's office, fruit stand, curtain, sometimes 2 or 3 at the same time, and save one day for the house. Along the way, about 5 years ago, she met up with Zach, and we all know how that ended. We're very proud to have Zach as part of the family. Rebecca, you've married today somebody who will make you happy for the rest of your life, and I know he'll take good care of you. Rebecca, I'm so proud of your achievements. We love you very much, and would ask all of you to lift your glasses and toast Rebecca. Thank you. Cheers. Rebecca. Cheers.
grew up in England, and Becca's older brother and I moved here, mom and dad, or oldest brother, I should say, in 1991. And our other brother, Chris, would arguably say that was the best year of our lives, since that was the year that he was born. Fast forward the clock, just 18 months later, Becca arrived. And I can tell you, I was pretty excited about having a sister, having already had 2 brothers. Couldn't wait to have a little girl that I could play with, do her hair. And in the 90s, some of y'all may remember this, Spice Girls were really big. And there was one Spice Girl called Baby Spice, who had 2 little blonde ponytails that would stick out on the side of her head. And I couldn't wait to do that with Becca's hair. Although I had to be really patient, because Becca took a really long time to grow hair. But when she finally did, I was able to put those cute little ponytail sprouts coming out the side of her head. And as with most cute children, and all children are cute, people would always want to come up and say hi to Becca. And I know Mom can attest to this. You didn't want anyone to even look at Rebecca. Don't look at her, because as soon as you did, it was like the Charlie Brown cry. Just full out, unbelievable cry. To where it's like, please don't look at her. But I can tell you, she has definitely outgrown that. Looking around at her last night and today, going around talking to all these people, she definitely does not seem nervous, and not that little girl that used to, as Dad said, hide behind my leg. So I was trying to think of some things that I wanted to say about my sister, and there are so many funny and cute little stories about her, but there was one moment that just sticks out in my head, and it could be that it was Becca knows I have a horrible memory, so this is just one from last year, so it's fresh in my mind. But it was at her graduation, and I can remember sitting up in the stands, looking down at my little sister in her cap and gown. That's it. And I was so unbelievably proud of her. And her face she had a face of joy, and she was absolutely beaming from ear to ear. And I've never seen her so happy until today. But Becca, I adore you. I love you so very much. And I was so proud of you that day. And Zach, I'm so thankful and grateful to gain a brother-in-law. I remember when I met Zach actually, and he fit in so well with the family, and I remember thinking, I wonder if it's at all intimidating, with us a lot, right? And then you've got older brothers and sisters with kids who are just a little bit older. But no, he really did. He fit right in. So I'm so happy for you both. So I will end with this. I didn't memorize, so I have to read it. This is actually a letter that Paul wrote to the Corinthians. So I'm just going to quote, and it's from 1 Corinthians 13:4-7, and it's on love. And most of y'all will know these verses, and I read them, and I know them myself. And love is a choice, and this is a great place to start. So, love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. I love you, Becca, and I'm so excited for you and Zach. So, congratulations.
So, first off, I'd like to thank everybody for coming to celebrate Zach and Rebecca's big day. It's been a long time coming, and we're glad to see you two finally tie the knot. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Zach's best man, Will. We met each other in 6th grade, and we've come a long way since then. Zach's always been a dependable, hardworking, and loyal friend. And he's always been there when I've needed him. He's always picked me up when I was down. If you're half the husband that you were a friend, it'll be a long and happy marriage. That being said, I'd like to give you a few words of advice. Never let Rebecca go to bed angry. That's when your eyes are closed and you're most vulnerable. And never be too big of a man to say I'm sorry. And as you said, even though you'll probably never be under 200 pounds. Last but not least, never forget to tell her those 3 little words she'll always want to hear. You are right. The man who is right, knows he's right, and says it is wise. The man who's right, knows he's right, and says nothing is married. Rebecca, I'd offer you my congratulations, but I've known Zach a long time, so I'll just say good luck. I hope your marriage is full of fun and happiness, and I'm excited to watch the 2 of you grow together. Congratulations.
Wow, there's a lot of people here. Me and Rebecca would like to thank everybody for coming, and thanks for coming. And we're gonna all have a good time. Now, should the bride feed the groom first, the groom feed the bride first, or at the same time? Same time. Smart man.
feel wonderful tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear Rebecca and her dad. Now Zach, he's going to escort your mother to the dance floor. Ladies and gentlemen, Zach and his mom.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. I hope you never look back, but you never.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear Zach and his mom. Now I need all of the single ladies to come on up, and I need our beautiful bride up to the dance floor. I need all the single ladies to come on up. If you don't have a ring on your finger, come on up and just stand to my left. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a nice round of applause. All right, now, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
That's why they do West of the Mighty Glow. The simple, steady officers that continue like students practice there.
Do you know Sierra? I'm aware, yeah. You've met? I need you to come on up. Need you to take a knee. Now, the garter placement's important.
I didn't know this was a
You didn't know what was going to happen? You're going to slide it up her leg, and then down the other leg. I'm just kidding. You're going to slide it up her leg. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. You know what? I got a better idea. Let's get Ryan. Where's Ryan? Where's Ryan? I need Ryan to come on up. The boyfriend. Ah, you didn't know that, did you? Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a nice round of applause. All right, Ryan. You know Sierra.
Set up.